Hollywood can crown you overnight and turn on you just as fast. And right now, Sydney Sweeney stands right in the middle of that spotlight and the storm. At just 28, she's not just another actress, she's the face of a new Hollywood era. From her breakout in Euphoria to the viral success of Anyone But You, Sydney became the symbol of beauty, ambition, and quiet dominance. But lately, her story has taken a twist no one saw coming. Because while the world was celebrating her rise, Sydney was quietly forming a connection with one of entertainment's most powerful and controversial figures, Scooter Braun. Yes, that Scooter Braun, the man who built Justin Bieber's empire, launched Ariana Grande's career, and famously clashed with Taylor Swift. Now, the internet can't stop talking. Is this Hollywood's newest power couple, or a risky partnership that could change Sydney's entire career trajectory? At the Hamptons International Film Festival, Sydney stepped out alone to accept her Achievement in Acting Award, a moment that should have been all about her Oscar-buzzing performance in Christie. But whispers backstage told a different story. Sources close to Sydney say she's been leaning on Scooter for more than just romance. She's been asking him for career advice, soaking in the knowledge of a man who shaped global superstars. So the question becomes, is Sydney Sweeney playing her smartest hand yet, or getting caught in a Hollywood game that even she can't control? Because behind every great love story in this town, there's always a power move. And in this one, Sydney might just be making the biggest move of her life. But to understand what's really happening, we need to go back to where her story began, long before Scooter Braun entered the picture. Sydney Sweeney's rise wasn't accidental, it was earned, frame by frame. She started out as the breakout face of Euphoria, but it wasn't long before she became a Hollywood powerhouse. From The White Lotus to Anyone But You, Sydney proved she wasn't just another actress, she was a brand. Studios love her, fashion houses chase her, and audiences can't look away. Her blend of vulnerability and confidence made her the golden girl every magazine wanted. She became a fashion favorite, an ambassador for Armani Beauty and Miu Miu, all while headlining major productions. Sydney wasn't just acting anymore, she was owning Hollywood. But with that spotlight came new eyes and new expectations. Because in this town, success isn't just about talent, it's about strategy. And Sydney was about to make one of the boldest moves of her career. It all started in Venice, at the star-studded wedding of Jeff Bezos and Lauren Sanchez, a guest list filled with billionaires, moguls, and A-list stars. Among them, two people met for the first time, Sydney Sweeney and Scooter Braun. Scooter, 44, was Hollywood's deal-maker, the man who discovered Justin Bieber and managed Ariana Grande, Demi Lovato, and others. Sydney, 28, was the face of a new generation, ambitious, strategic, and rapidly building her empire. Their connection was instant, not loud, not public, but powerful. What started as conversation turned into late-night calls, career advice, and eventually something deeper. By the time summer ended, insiders say the two were inseparable. But Hollywood noticed. And when people realized who Sydney was spending time with, the whispers began. In a matter of months, Sydney and Scooter's connection turned from casual to full throttle. Sources close to the pair told Page Six they're fully on, not casual, it's game on. Still, the couple tried to keep things under wraps. When Sydney appeared at the Hamptons International Film Festival, all eyes were on her, but Scooter was nowhere to be seen. She accepted her Achievement in Acting Award solo, yet insiders say she couldn't stop praising him backstage. She loves talking to him about business, one source shared. She enjoys having someone experienced to bounce ideas off of. It wasn't about flowers and red carpets, it was about power, partnership, and building something bigger. But Sydney's inner circle knew one thing for sure. No matter how serious things got, her career came first. Sydney's calendar reads like a Hollywood dream board. From Christie, the film now earning Oscar buzz, to her roles in Madam Web, Immaculate, Eden, Echo Valley, and Americana, she's become one of the busiest women in the industry. And that's not all. She's also the face of major brands, including Samsung, Baskin-Robbins, Hey Dude, and American Eagle, not to mention her creative partnerships with Miu Miu and Laneige. So when rumors of her romance with Scooter began to swirl, those close to her made one thing clear: Sydney's not slowing down for anyone. Don't expect wedding bells, one insider warned. Her #1 priority is her career. For Sydney, love may be real, but legacy comes first. What makes Scooter Braun interesting isn't just his charm, it's his business mind. This is the man who turned teenage artists into global icons. Justin Bieber, Ariana Grande, Demi Lovato all became household names under his watch. And now, with Sydney, sources say Scooter's influence might be stepping into a new arena: film and branding. Any restraint probably won't last long, one insider told Page Six. He'll start posting about her. He'll get more involved in her career. And that's exactly what's raising eyebrows. Because while some see Scooter as a mentor or business ally, others remember his controversial reputation, one that changed the music industry forever. Mention Scooter Braun, and one name immediately comes to mind: Taylor Swift. The feud over her masters became one of the biggest entertainment scandals of the decade, turning Scooter into a polarizing figure. To some, he's a genius businessman. To others, a manipulator of the system. So when Sydney, one of Hollywood's most beloved young stars, was seen getting close to him, the internet didn't hold back. Fans flooded social media with mixed reactions. Was this a power move or a bad PR risk? But Sydney has never been one to play by the rules. To her, Scooter's controversy might not be a red flag, but a lesson. After all, in an industry built on strategy, she might see in him exactly what she needs: experience in winning, even when the world is watching. Right now, Sydney is standing at a crossroads. She's got Oscar buzz circling her name, blockbuster deals on the way, and a media empire in motion. And with Scooter by her side, the potential is undeniable, but so is the scrutiny. This relationship could redefine her image. For years, she's been seen as the sweet, ambitious Hollywood newcomer. But now, she's stepping into a different kind of power, the kind that's calculated, strategic, and not afraid to stir headlines. And maybe that's exactly what she wants. Sydney and Scooter represent two sides of the same coin: old-school industry power meeting modern Hollywood fame. Together, they could form one of the most influential duos in entertainment, or become the next cautionary tale. Because if history has shown us anything, it's that power couples in Hollywood rarely go unnoticed, and never without consequences. Every move they make from here on out will be dissected, debated, and discussed. And if Sydney truly plans to become not just a star, but a mogul, this relationship could be the first step toward empire status, or the one decision she'll spend years trying to control. At the end of the day, Sydney Sweeney isn't just playing the Hollywood game, she's rewriting it. Her romance with Scooter Braun might look like love, but to the trained eye, it's something far more complex: a power play. She's aligning herself with one of the industry's most influential figures, absorbing the strategy, the business sense, the connections. And in a world where image is everything, Sydney seems to know exactly what she's doing. Because in Hollywood, every move counts, every headline matters, and sometimes the smartest players aren't the ones who shout the loudest. They're the ones who make you think it was all just luck. But make no mistake, Sydney's next chapter, it's not luck. It's strategy.